What is up, you guys? Back with another video. I'm going to be discussing how I managed to get $30,000 in credit cards, and honestly, it's very simple. Like, anybody can do it. Well, yeah, anybody can do it. If your credit isn't messed up, if you have like student debt and other debts, then honestly, it's going to be very hard for you to obtain this amount of credit line. So when I first started, I was 18. My aunt told me to go and get a credit card. I wish I would have did it at 18, but I wasn't listening. So my loss. So I ended up getting it at 19, I believe. And my first credit card at 19 was, which one was it? It was this Quicksilver credit card, as you see right here. I covered the back. And this was, I got $1,000 on this. So that was my first credit card, and I would just use it. And I knew from watching like videos only to spend 30% of the actual balance. So if the balance was $1,000, you would only spend 30% of $1,000, and 30% of $1,000 was $300. So I would spend $300, and I would spend under that because I wasn't trying to reach the 30% mark. It's best to spend 20% of whatever the balance is. So I was spending like $250, paying like little bills, like phone bill, and then I would put the money back on once the bill was due in 30 days. So I kept doing that with this Quicksilver card, but it wasn't called the Quicksilver. I forgot what it was called. It was an entry level card from Capital One. I forgot the name. And then I graduated from that card, and they gave me a new one with I think it was a $1,500 limit, so they increased my limit to $1,500. And then now with this card, it's at $3,000 because I kept asking for like credit card increases like every 6 months. So I asked them, okay, 500. And now I'm at a point where this is at $3,000. So right now, this card I haven't used. I paid off all the money on it, and now it's just $3,000 on it. So I don't use that. I only use it like sometimes if I want to get gas and I just wanted to just use it, and I didn't want to use my checking account. I'll just use that. But that currently has $3,000 on it. My next credit card after that was, what was it? Oh, it was the Best Buy credit card, and this has $3,500 on it. I was in Best Buy, and the lady was like, no, I was going for a MacBook, and I knew that they had, no, I didn't know they had credit cards. My bad. I was going in Best Buy, and I was going to buy a MacBook, which is the MacBook that I currently use to edit the videos on. And the MacBook was $1,200, and I had the money on my checking account, and the lady was like, oh, why don't you just sign up for a Best Buy credit card? And I was like, okay, cool. Is it going to hurt my credit score? She was like, yeah. And I really cared about my credit score for some reason. And then she was like, oh, you'll be fine. It's a soft inquiry. So I told her to run it. And then she's like, oh, you got approved for $3,500. I was like, okay, cool. So let me get the MacBook. So I bought the MacBook, and it took me a year to pay off the MacBook because I would only pay like $50, $100. You know what I'm saying? I would pay those little bills until I finally paid it off. And then when I was in Vegas, I used this credit card because this credit card you can use to pay your rent. You can use this credit card to buy jewelry, anything you could think of. So I used it, and my rent was $2,000. So I paid it with my Best Buy credit card. Right? That was dumb because the interest on it every month was ridiculous. And anybody who knows credit cards, if you use certain credit cards for certain things, they charge interest. And I didn't really know that, but I used it, and I was paying $125 a month, but the interest was $60. So it's like I was going backwards. It's like I was chasing my freaking tail just in circles and circles trying to pay off this credit card. So I just made a bunch of money on Amazon. So I was like, you know what? I dumped all that money onto this Best Buy credit card, and I paid this off. And now this has $3,500 on it. I don't touch that card at all because this is a dangerous card. I am not even gonna lie, it's a dangerous ass card. Then my next one was the Care credit card, which is like from like like if you wanted to get your teeth whitened and you wanted to like anything medical, you could use this card. So if you wanted a boob job, you could use this. If you wanted a nose job, you could use this, depending on your limit. So right now, this has $3,000 on it. This has a balance of, I have $300 to pay off on this one. That's from like my teeth. So I'm currently paying that off. What was my next? Oh, my next credit card was this Bank of America credit card, and this has a $5,000 limit. And I got this, I got this card, and it had $2,000 on it. And then each month I would increase the limit by 1,000 until I got to 5,000. And I think in like 2 more months I'm gonna ask them to increase it another 1,000. So that's at 5,000. This has only $60 on it. I paid the balance off like 2 months ago, and I just purchased. I purchased a game that my friends wanted to. They told me to download it, and it costed $60. Warzone. I'm pretty sure your boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever probably play that game. So that game was $60, and they didn't want to buy me the game. And I know when they watched this video, yeah, y'all didn't want to buy me the game. But this is $5,000 on it. Main balance is $60. I gotta remember to pay this. So yeah, that. And my next credit card, I was in a jewelry store and I was looking at I forgot what I was looking at. I was looking at jewelry. I don't know. I'm always looking at jewelry for some reason, but I never like pulled the trigger to buy jewelry. But I was in the jewelry store and I was looking at Cuban link chains, and the guy was like, "Oh, do you want to like run your credit to see what you will get approved for?" So I'm thinking like he's gonna approve me for a normal, like, you know, it's not gonna like, he's not gonna send me a debit card. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, "Oh, you got approved for $8,000. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I walked out the store because I was not buying that jewelry and I was not using, you know what I'm saying? So a couple weeks later, 2 weeks later, I get a card in the mail saying Synchrony Luxury with this diamond thing on it, whatever. And then there's like, okay, activated. You got $8,000 on it. I never used this card. I probably would never use this card in my life. I'm not gonna say never because honestly, I don't know. But the jewelry store is located in downtown. Is it downtown or Manhattan? It's one of them. I'm not sure. I gotta look it up. But yeah, this has $8,000 on it. Now my big boy credit card, which is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I recently got this 4 months ago, and this has a $8,400 limit. And this card I use the most. Like, I make all my purchases with this card. As far as buying Amazon inventory, mostly Amazon, honestly, I use this card for. And the only reason why I use this card is because I get points. And them points add up for, like, free flights. So if I get, like, 10,000 points, that's literally, like, a round-trip ticket. Right now, I have about 3,000 points. And I just purchased my restock on my Amazon. So this one has 8,400, and this is the one I use the most. It has an annual fee of $99. So for anyone who don't know about credit cards, the annual fee is basically every year you got to pay $99, which is cool or whatever. But my next credit card, I'm planning on getting a Chase Sapphire Reserve. And a Chase Sapphire Reserve is very hard to get. And that credit card probably has about like $15,000 to $20,000 on it that you could use. So hopefully I get approved. Depending, like right now my credit score is around 770. So I think I'll get approved most likely. But the annual fee is where it hits you the most, because each year you got to pay $500 like out of your own account. You get what I'm saying? So it's a large annual fee. But the only reason why I got this card is because I wanted like free flight points, because the bonus on this credit card you get if you spend if you spend $4,000 on this credit card within 3 months, you get I think $700 in flights. And I already met that. I already got that bonus, whatever the case may be. But I used the bonus on legal fees, which was cool. But Yeah, the same thing as the Sapphire Reserve. You get bonus points for like flights, or you can cash it out if you want to. So yeah, this one is 8,400, and my check-in. This is a debit card. This is a checking account. This basically has my cash on it. This is my Bank of America checking account as well. This has cash on it, but the money comes from any money that people send me from my other business goes here, and then I transfer it to this one. Any money that comes from Amazon goes directly to this, and then the money that's in here goes to like other accounts that I don't have like physical, touch. So yeah, that's about it. And if you have questions on how to get like approved for these credit cards, honestly, it's like very simple. And I would advise anybody to get a credit card, because if you want to go and get a car, it will be super easy. If you want to get approved for certain stuff or apartments, it will be super easy. So that's all I'm gonna say. Just comment down below. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll figure it out.